Hi, my name is Mitomola Lukuluwasi. Welcome to my channel, and I haven't done a video in a really long time, but I thought today is the perfect day. This is the perfect month for me to do a video because we're hitting the halfway mark of the year and time is going so fast, right? So I thought we should talk about being a goal-getter. I've seen so many people do seminars, they do online classes, they've written books about setting goals and how to achieve them. But I've really realized that, it needs to be a personal target for yourself. It needs to be something that you're passionate about, focused on achieving. So I'm going to talk about what it means to be goal-getting and how to do it very, very quickly. First of all, set a goal. That sounds really simple, but that's essentially what you need to do. Set a target. Decide what it is that you want to achieve. Decide what it is that you want to accomplish. Because whatever it is, when you have made that decision, it's from there that you move on to what I'm going to talk about next. But before I go there, once you have set a goal, it doesn't have to be big. It doesn't have to be humongous. Just you need a target you can be working towards. If you know that you need to move from point A to point B, you know your target is point B, your actions are going to be directed, your decisions are going to be directed because you know whatever is going to happen on the way, you need to get to point B. That's the importance of setting a goal. It gives you purpose, it gives you direction. Secondly, once you have set a goal, break it down. You know you need to move from point A to point B. Now, how do you get from point A to point B? Do you need to use a bus? Do you need to walk? If at some point you don't have resources to use a bus, you must be willing to walk. If you need to ask for a lift, these are just examples I'm giving you of why it's important for you to be able to break it down in order for you to know at what stage of the process of achieving your goal, what needs to be put in place in order for you to get there, right? Now, the third thing is be realistic with the work that's needed to achieve it. You can never be too proud. That is your goal. You are the one that wants it. People have different goals in life. You might want to get a master's degree. You want to get a degree. You want to buy a house. You want to buy a pair of shoes. You want to do your hair. You need to make a saving. You need to put money aside. You know that in order for me to buy that hair, I need a good amount of money. Set a target. If you're saving 3,000 kwacha, how much do I need to save every day in order for me to get to my 3,000 kwacha? Okay, if you're getting a degree, how much do I need to study every day in order for me to get a degree that's at first class, at second class, or they say credit, merit, distinction, whatever you are aspiring to, you need to break it down and decide on the level of effort that needs to go into the goal that you want to achieve. Okay, now the next stage after that is be ready to change strategies. Nothing is constant. If there's anything that I can guarantee you in life is change. Situations will happen, things will happen that will derail you, derail your plans. This is why goal setting is so important, because no matter what happens, no matter what changes, you know your target is to achieve that one thing that you have decided that you want to achieve, isn't it? And once you have that etched in your mind, it's easy for you to work around any changes that may arise. Now, when I say change strategy, like I was saying earlier, if you want to go from here to another town, okay? Now, your target is to get to another town, but for some reason, you run out of resources. How are you going to get there? Because the goal is not changing, but you still need to get there. So what are you going to do? Are you going to ask for a lift? Are you going to hitchhike? Are you going to take a break, re-strategize, save money? Whatever you have to do, you need to have the flexibility to change your strategy. You need to have the flexibility to adapt to the current situation without losing focus on the goal and on what you want to do. The other thing is maintain the goal. So I realized that I've talked about change, and sometimes when situations happen, we are so quick to say, I can't do this anymore. I cannot, because things have changed, so I have to change. Now, as much as I want you to be flexible enough, not to be rigid, to be able to accommodate change in your life, I want you to maintain your goals. What I want you to change is your strategy. No matter what changes, you keep the goal, the main thing. Keep the main thing. But change your plan. Change on how you're going to achieve your goal. If your plan was to start a business of, I don't know, supplying something, You already decided how much capital you need. Your goal is to start a business. Now, whatever happens in between now and when you've set the target for, because your goal has to be measurable, give yourself a time frame. Otherwise, you're just living forever and forever and not getting to where you want to go. Give yourself a time frame. Giving yourself a year. Next year, you're launching a business. Between now and next year, plan on what needs to be done. Plan how much money needs to be put aside. Make a business plan. Who do you need to talk to? You know, if the markets are changing, if the world economy is changing, you adapt your business to be able to set it up for success. Your goals are your goals. No one can achieve them for you. I wanted to be a lawyer since I was in 5th grade or 3rd grade, probably 3rd grade. And I remember going home and our teacher asked us to ask our parents to help us decide what we wanted to do. I rushed home to ask my mom, and my mom was like, it's up to you. It's your decision. You know, she never imposed it on me. And ever since then, I knew that if I have decided to do something, I have to do something about it. I have to work hard for it. I can't compromise. I can't expect anybody to work for it on my behalf. I have to be the one to do it, okay? The second thing I learned from that experience was, that was in 3rd grade. It was many, many years ago. I know you may be deceived, but but it was many years ago, okay? And I learned to stay focused. I made a decision in 3rd grade that I was going to be a lawyer no matter what. I moved countries, I moved towns, I moved about. It didn't change. My situation changed. My father died along the way, but it didn't change my goals, because life happens to all of us. What you need is a strategy and a plan to achieve your goal. You need to stay focused. I get so many people asking me, how did you achieve this? How did you become this woman? How did you do ABCD? And as great as that all sounds, it's a lot of hard work. It's a lot of sacrifice that goes into it. It's a lot of staying focused. It's a lot of course,